To go in and plan every detail of this tour, it kind of starts almost a year in advance for me, basically, just because I'm such a visual, artist. I love experimenting and coming up with new looks and ideas for everything that I do. So while I'm in the studio recording the music, I really I really think about the theatrical aspects that I love to have involved in my show, to the props, to the costumes for everyone, everything I am thinking about while I'm actually recording a song. So, considering, that along with coming up with the concept, going back to old of vintage, Hollywood glamour, going to the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the great singers of those time periods, to the great beauty icons of those time periods, it was really important for me to really get into that whole world and headspace and bring it to life. My whole purpose for that is to really put on a super entertaining show that's going to let people be able to escape and that's what I think entertainment should be about. That's why I like to bring so many visuals to the table. I want to take everybody on a journey. I want them to use their imaginations. I want them to escape whatever's been going on in their day, their week, whatever's troubling them. I want this to be their form of escape, at least for the next 2 hours. Whenever I go in with a clean slate to start fresh for every album, I really kind of go into my creative cave. That's why I sort of, I do take time in between records, a few years' time, hoping not that long for the next one, because I kind of have a great idea for where I'm going in the next direction. But every time I go to start a record, I definitely take everything that I've kind of learned. I kind of like to take that time for myself just to kind of learn who I've grown into, the person that I've become since the last time I put out a record. It's really important for me because I like to really get as personal with it as possible. And doing a record that was purely based upon my inspiration and love for old blues, jazz, and soul music was something that I'd always had in the back of my mind that I'd wanted to do. Once I get the set vision for what I'm trying to accomplish in my own head, and have my lists and my tear sheets and my, pictures, and I can't even sit down and look at a magazine without the slightest little thing inspiring me just for something, whether it's, something personal to the stage, to the music, to a photo shoot for something else. My mind is always working in that direction. So then get on the phone with Jamie, I get on the phone with Jerry, I get on the phone with all the creative people that are around me and have come to know me over the years, and we get to work. I want to have listening parties. I want to set everybody down in a room so everybody's on the same page. We have meetings. It's really nice to have that team of people around me that can bring that vision to life. It's fun for me to interact with my dancers on stage. We have our own little secret language. If something were to fall, or if my mic pack was coming down, I know that they have my back. Paul's come through for me so many times for this perfectly. They'll do a little flip or a back turn and come right around and just like pop my mic wire back in my pack for me and make it look like it was just part of the choreography itself. So they're really talented, and I just had to take a minute and talk about them because it really helps to have people that enjoy the stage as much as you do. I love the moment where I see Tiana in the beginning of Makes Me Want to Pray. Her hair's flying everywhere. She has a moment after Marcel does his turn where, I just can't help but smile every time I would catch her from below the stage, because I would have to rise up for my entrance for this song. But just watching her get into this song was always just a thrill for me, because you can tell she's in it. She really is feeling what she's doing. Lady Marmalade, again, from where I have to enter for this particular song is from underneath the stage, so I would always look up, and I got an amazing view of Marcel as he would come up the back stairs, as I would watch him from the lift where I would be revealed, and I would get a great view of his whole, he did a little stomp, 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 kick thing, and did a little snap, I think, and he just did an amazing, amazing job of pulling what I was going for, exactly what I wanted. As a performer, there's nothing better for me to be on that stage and sharing it with people who truly love to be on that stage and know that this is their moment to just express the one thing that they love to do more than anything else in this world, and that's to perform and to get lost in this music, and for the 90 minutes that you have on this stage to make the most of them and let the audience really feel you and feel where you're coming from. For me personally, people ask me sometimes, what out of all your changes that you've been through, what is the one that's most you? And I honestly can never pick just one state of my life or one episode or one album that I've picked out as being purely me, because I'm the kind of person, and I take this to my artistry too, where I really put whatever's in my heart or whatever I'm going through there out on my sleeve, out in my lyrics. It just comes out of me as creativity. I am always looking for change. I think that's the point of life, is to constantly evolve and change as a human being, to grow, learn from your mistakes, learn from your past, learn from everything around you, and be inspired by it and grow from it, and try to become better human beings, better artists throughout it all. So for me, it's just a part of who I am. Everything on the tour really took on a special meaning once I found out the news that I was pregnant. Just knowing that I was up there, kind of not alone. Well, really not alone. I was there. I felt almost like I had a little teammate inside of me. On my worst days when I was too tired, I felt like I had to do it for a little one in there, and little one was egging me on. So I felt like we were in it together every step of the way. So it always kind of put a smile on my face. And if I didn't do it for me, I was going to do it for this one. This is a new chapter in my life, having just bought the new house. It's a family house. It's exciting. It's really exciting. And then, he'll be my little roadie on the next tour. He'll be right there with mommy, and I definitely want to take him on the road with me, because there's no stopping me.